What is Jenkins? Jenkins is an open source automation server that is mainly used in CI/CD scenarios. It allows automated builds, test performing, automated deployment, and so much more. This way, Jenkins facilitates the software development process. Being an open source project, Jenkins' community is very extensive and vibrant, continuously contributing to this project. Thus, Jenkins offers more than 1,600 plugins across 5 different areas: administration, source code management, build management, platforms, and UI. Jenkins' great features, the possibility of deploying it on premises, and the excellent support offered by its community led to a wide embracement of this software, which is currently one of the most popular CI/CD servers. How to use Jenkins? To interact with Jenkins, there are several possibilities: Jenkins API, Jenkins CLI, Jenkins UI, and several Jenkins wrappers, which are available for most programming languages. According to Jenkins' official documentation, this software can be installed as a standalone server or as a cluster. The first option might be viable for small teams with small projects, although for larger projects, a cluster deployment is highly advised. A Jenkins cluster is composed of several controllers that delegate tasks to the agents responsible for executing them and reporting the outcome back to the controllers. Besides these approaches, there is also a community-backed plugin that enables the creation of Jenkins swarms. This plugin simplifies the process of adding agents to nearby Jenkins controllers, thereby forming an ad hoc cluster, which results in better scalability capabilities. After installing Jenkins, the developers can start automating their software validation lifecycle. To do so, the developers can create a Jenkins pipeline. As the name suggests, the pipeline is a sequence of steps that must be performed to validate a specific software. Jenkins' pipeline is composed of several stages, and each one can have several steps. For instance, it is possible to create a pipeline with 4 stages. Stage 1 might be responsible for configuring the testing environment. Stage 2 for performing unit tests. Stage 3 to perform functional tests. And Stage 4 to deploy the software. This is just an example, since Jenkins allows tailor-made pipelines. What is Jenkins' role in 5GASP? In 5GASP, one of the main components of the CI/CD service is Jenkins. We deploy one Jenkins agent per NetApp. These agents are entirely independent of each other, since one of the goals of the CI/CD service is to be as modular as possible. Thus, not deploying a Jenkins cluster, because in that scenario, the CI/CD service would be highly coupled to Jenkins, which is to be avoided. The Jenkins testing pipeline configuration is dynamically created from the testing descriptors that the NetApp developers provided, and it is uploaded to Jenkins via a Python wrapper. Regarding the stages of the pipeline, the first one sets up the testing environment. Then, Jenkins will request the tests from a test repository. These tests are created using the robot framework and mainly address the relationship between the infrastructure and the NetApps and also their behavior. There are 2 types of tests: standard tests, which are already onboarded in the test repository and define multi-purpose and broad-spectrum test case scenarios, and developer-defined tests, which are created by the NetApp's developers to test NetApp-specific scenarios. After gathering the tests, the next stage is to perform them. testing and validating the NetApps. Finally, the last stage occurs, where the test results are submitted to a dashboard on which the developers can get feedback and check the output of the testing phase. To summarize, Jenkins offers an industry-standard and straightforward way to create a CI/CD environment that enables an automatic software validation process. Despite requiring the creation of testing scripts, it still provides a quicker and more agile way to validate and integrate new code in software projects, thus being used in the 5GASP CI/CD service.